Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial got underway today in Norristown, Pennsylvania. Cosby accused of drugging and molesting a woman at his house near Philadelphia back in 2004.
Another woman who claimed Cosby did the same thing to her testified today, and Cosby's attorneys tried to find inconsistencies in her story. Legal editor Julie Grant is in the courtroom during the trial, and she joins us live now from Montgomery County with the latest. Julie?
Stacey and Ken, good evening to you both. I felt like I was underwater. Those were the words of that witness you just mentioned. Very powerful words at the start of this trial, where she told the members of the jury that Bill Cosby gave her a white pill and then sexually assaulted her, making her feel like she was underwater, saying she could not scream although she wanted to, saying that she could not pull her clothing above herself to cover her up where she was partially naked. She just could not do that. Very unconventional start to this case by the prosecution. Essentially, this woman is what's called a prior bad act witness, a pattern witness, somebody who can offer some testimony that shows things like motive, or a plan. And what she is saying happened to her back in the 90s is stunningly similar to what happened to the victim in this case. Now, she looked right at the jury, told them all of those things. She said that Cosby used to talk to her in a fatherly, Cliff Huxtable kind of way. And speaking of, the actress who played Rudy on The Cosby Show led Bill Cosby into the courtroom today. He was smiling, both of them smiling, joking, laughing with his attorneys before trial started. Defense counsel was very aggressive of that first witness, of that alleged victim. That incident he is not on trial for, so let's be clear about that. But defense counsel really cross-examined her hard, pointed out lots of inconsistencies in the story. Perhaps it was a little too aggressive for a cross. As for the opening statements, the prosecution really came to life. An assistant district attorney, a female ADA, gave the opening statements for the Commonwealth. She had a great theme. Her theme was trust, betrayal, and inability to consent. Those three things she kept repeating to the members of the jury. Defense counsel had kind of a slow start with their opens. They gained some momentum as he was going. Brian McMonagle gave that open. Really, he was hanging his hat on that DA investigation that took place back in 2005 that did not amount to any criminal charges. And he really left the members of the jury with a cliffhanger, saying that by the end of this trial, you will know more than those DA investigators did when they first looked into this case. Going forward, really, the prosecution has to be very precise, Stacey and Ken. Defense counsel, they're going to tell a story of romance, reality, and infidelity, saying that the incident occurred, but she was able to consent and she was not incapacitated. So truly, this boils down to whether this victim in this case was incapacitated at the time that the sexual contact occurred and whether she was able to consent. Reporting live outside of the outside of the Montgomery County Courthouse, I'm Julie Grant, KDKA-TV News.